Greetings! Mario has gone insane after Peach has been kidnapped for the 4,000th time. And now he's gonna kill all of Bowser's army. But what are the rules? Well, the rules are simple. I have to kill every enemy on a planet that I'm on. Friendly NPCs won't count because they're in every single level. Enemies that infinitely respawn do not count because the obvious. And enemies that despawn for some reason also won't count because I can't kill them because they just vanish, which is only applicable to one level, but that comes later. But without further ado, let's get into the castle path thing, which is possible because there's only toads here and no enemies. Now, in space, I do the thing I do best, exterminating everything that I see, although one did try to run away, but that didn't help him. Although, then we take the wrong path instead of the quicker path, but other than that, we get into the other part of Star Station Galaxy where I just continue exterminating everything. I grab the flagpole as idiot insurance, and then I go do the little challenge room where I, just slaughter everything, and I even kill myself. Wait. God damn it. Alright, so, luckily I grabbed the flag for idiot insurance, but other than that, we then get on to the next part where I just continue to slaughter everything. It wasn't really that big of a deal. Then that one planet with the Max Mushroom and, just a few other victims. And then we got into Pee-wee Piranha. And then after smacking up that child 16 ways to Sunday, I take the money Petey left him before going to buy milk, and we complete the first star. After buying cocaine off the big purple fat man, we get back into Star Station Galaxy where I have to murder a bunch of black balls, and then I have to kill a bunch more black balls. But other than there being more ball action than in an average game of dodgeball, but then we get on to the worst part. Amps. You already know I hate these things from the Super Mario 64 Genocide run, but we do get a star this time, and the star kills them. So that means if I could run fast enough, I could kill all these stupid pieces of shit and finally get my revenge. But there is just one slight problem. I don't have enough time to kill everything with the star. Now you may think that this means that it's the end of Star Station Galaxy, but is it really? You see, we may not have enough time with one star, but we would with two. So, now you may be wondering, where the hell am I gonna get a second star? Am I gonna cheat it in? Of course not, silly. I'm not a cheater. But no, the challenge room has an extra star that we're meant to use to kill the Octogoombas. But, we're just gonna grab the star and, leave, which should give us enough time to kill the amps. Now, I did kill the Octogoombas one time, and, I don't do it again for every other time because, I didn't want to. Cry about it. But other than me not killing all of them every time because, I kind of just wanted to sit by and wait, I would leave with the star, and I would have enough time to kill the rest of the amps. But I was having a bit of a problem with the amps by the star, but eventually I was able to coordinate myself to kill the amps by the star, and finally move on to the part with clones. Then we get on to the next part, which was also pretty easy, as there was only like 3 piranha plants, and the big one, but he obviously dies. Meaning that this star is indeed possible. And I finally get my revenge on those stupid amps. And surprisingly, it only took me about like 20 minutes. I don't know, not that long. Now in Yoshi's Star Galaxy, I riggedy spooty, come through that booty, and I smack everything in the back. And then I get Yoshi, where I continue just to eat everything. And that pattern continues for the rest of the star, with me continuously just eating up everything, until we beat the star. Going back into Yoshi's Star, me and Yoshi get 6 clips for a sniping montage, Modern Warfare 2 360 edition, and we continuously practice our 360 no-scoping so we can get ready for the face plant initiation. Once we get to the big ass Lactu, we get to our final face plant initiation, where you continuously snipe that dweeb into submission, and now, let the star move on. Now, onto Spindig, and we see, what the hell are these things called? I've long loved this game, and I think it's about time I finally figure out what half these enemies are called. Alright, let's see really quickly. Digga. Alright, so we kill these Diggas. Wait. Alright, anyways, after exterminating all these diggers, we get on to the next part and... God damn it. Twirlip. So after killing all these Twirlips, we continue moving on into dusting everything. We definitely don't have a stupid death. And we continue just massacring the Twirlips until we get to Mega Leg. And he obviously dies because he's a boss and he has to die. So, you know, he dies. Now, in Fluffy Bluff, goddammit, Flaptack, we're gonna do the Secret Star. Now, you may be asking, why? Well, that's because there's bombs on another planet. That's what those wall bombs are called. Yeah, I can't kill them. So we're gonna do the Secret Star. Now, if you're gonna say that's cheating, remember what I said in the rules. I have to kill every enemy on a planet that I'm on. Everything on a given planet has to die that I'm on. And because I'm not gonna be on that planet, I don't have to kill them for doing the Secret Star. So that means that I'm doing the Secret Star, and if you don't like it, well, these are my rules. But anyways, the Secret Star is possible and does allow us to progress. Right Sound Down Galaxy has Thwomps, so we're not gonna do it because we can't kill them. So we go do Flip Swap Galaxy, which is possible because there's only like, what, a few Goombas and Chain Chomps infinitely respawn and kill themselves. So I don't even have to kill them even if they didn't despawn. But other than that, it's possible. Junior's Fiery Flotilla. God damn it. Astro Goombas and other, okay, anyways. God damn it, there's a Thwomp. Yeah, we kinda have to beat this stage to progress, so this is as far as we can progress. But hold on, let me change something really quickly. Alright, how many spares to beat Super Mario Galaxy 2? So, we have to spare that one Thwomp. Then we have to spare the few Dry Bones. Alright, other than that, we get the Gobblegut, and we successfully beat him to death. And now, we get to move on to World 2. Now, in World 2, and Puzzle Plank, we kill the Wigglers, kill the Octo Goombas, Slurple, and Flipbug. We kill them, and then we defeat the Mandibug, and we also kill its parent. Oh yeah, we also get the star. Then we go back into Puzzle Plank so we can blow out Bugaboom's back, and we also get a star for that. Going into Hightail Falls, the only interesting part of this galaxy, besides me killing the Smeeches and Goombas, was me doing the Infinite Flutter so I can get the star, because I'm a professional at this game, trust me on that. Boulder Bowl starts off pretty fun. We just kill the Octo Goombas, we obviously can't kill Toads. Then, we kill the Pinheads. Then the next part of this galaxy wants us to kill everything, so we happily kill all the Octoroks and Octo Goombas. And then we get on to the next part, there's Chain Chomps. We can't kill Chain Chomps. Well, it's what I thought at the moment, but I get back to it later, and you'll see how I kill these things later. But for now, yeah, I can't progress in this one, so we're just gonna move on. Now, in Cosmic Cove. Now, is this even funny anymore? Snoodles, they're called Snoodles. But yeah, anyways, we killed the Snoodles, we killed the Cheep Cheep, we killed the goddamn Koopa, we also killed the Pufferfish, it's not funny anymore, the Jammin' Fish. Then we freeze the world over, so that we can kill all the enemies way easier, because they're gonna be frozen. You know, if they're frozen, would I even need to kill them, because they'd be like frozen to death. I kill them just to make sure they're dead. But then, we get the star. Then, on Star 2, we see that not only did we kill all the life that was in the waters when we froze it, but we also killed basically every single plant species that was in there besides like a few bushes. So, yeah. Not only is this a genocide run of every Bowser's minions, apparently it's now also a genocide run of nature. But the fish also survived, so, yeah, I don't know. But other than that, we just smash up the Cheep Cheeps, we kill the little birds, and we get on to the next part, where we go inside of the cove, we swim around a bit, then we get to the Gringeals, so, and we can't kill them because we don't have shells, so, we're just gonna back out of the stage, and, we're gonna do a different level. Going to do Spin Dig Star 2, we see those damn amps again. So we have to go to another star because we can't kill Amps without the star. Alright, going back to Hytales Falls, we're gonna go do the secret star. Kleptodes. And I think this is the only time they ever appear. But anyways, we get the stars, they instantly respawn, so we don't have to worry about killing them, and we're gonna move on. Then, we unlock Honeybloom Galaxy, because I need more stars to do. I do the secret wall jump star, then I have to go do it again because I went to make tea, and in the process of me doing that, my controller disconnected, and Dolphin didn't allow me to reconnect, so I had to redo it, and then doing the main star, you know, sort of gotta have to spare a lot of things. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't have to spare like 15 enemies, so I already did it, but I'm just gonna get +2 stars every time we need to go somewhere. So yeah, don't worry, just because I did them and it's saved, doesn't mean that I'm gonna use it to cheat. I will always be getting +2 stars from now on, so don't worry. In the meantime, I go to Wild Glide because that has no enemies for me to kill, meaning that I was easily able to do Wild Glide. Then, I go to the Cosmic Cove Secret Star because it was just about the only other star I can think of where I can defeat everything in. Because there was another stage that I could defeat everything in, I went to do Boulder Bowl because at least then it's only 2 chain chomps that I had to spare. I go smack up Rolladillo because Mario beating children is just his speciality. So after getting another child abuse charge, along with our like 5 billion homicide charges, we beat the stage. After running out of stars to do, I kinda remembered something. I can use 2-player mode to not be an idiot. So after dying like an idiot, I then go back to Boulder Bowl, and I finally have a method to kill those chain chomps. I'm gonna use player 2 to stun them so that they kill themselves. Meaning that I don't have to spare anything for this stage actually. Meaning that we're gonna have to take those 2 spares from the counter. Now, with 18 stars, we go to Bowser's Lava Lair, where Drybos and Flomps. Son of a bitch. Alright, so what? That's like 15 or something? Oh, and what's this? Mattermouths? Even more to the spare counter. If I didn't want to kill anything, I would do a pacifist run. But I'm here trying to kill everything. But other than that, Bowser goes down pretty easily because this is the Mario Galaxy series where the Bowser fights are pretty underwhelming. But kicking in Bowser's teeth aside, we're able to move on to World Tree. In World Tree, we go to Tall Trunk Galaxy first off. I get a taste of how it feels to be an exterminator in Australia, where you have to kill spiders this size of yourself. We also use the Yoshi so we can get to the top of the tree. Getting to the next part, we do the same thing. And on the final bit, we just have a few Goombas that we need to kill. Now in Cloudy Court, we kill the Flapjack, we kill the Goombas, Octo Goombas, and we beat the star. Like an insane person, we do the same thing, expecting a different result, but we actually do get a different result after giving lead poisoning to one of Rosalina's friends, so just don't tell her that. But other than escaping the police for unethically selling food, we also kill a bunch of Mario's clones. Well, I mean, they technically self-explode, so yeah, after they kamikaze themselves, we get a star. Now, in Freezer Flake, Luigi feels like he hasn't been represented enough in homicide trials. So Mario happily allows Luigi to murder everything that he sees, and Luigi wastes no time in massacring the local population of Little Birds that just so happens to be here. Then the final part with Little Cinders was a little bit annoying, but other than that, it was easy to do. After Freezy Flake, we unlock the saving grace of this challenge, Prankster Commons. Then in Cloudy Court, we go to the Prankster Common. I do a little trick to not spawn in the clones in the first part. But then in the second part, Mario's extended family comes around asking for money, and we just have to run away from them until we can get the star, which scares them off, and we also, well, get the star. Then I also go to the Yoshi Star Galaxy romp, where I proceed to just kill everything. I was just doing what the game told me. Don't blame me. After Mario's extended family chases us into Mario's vault where he keeps all of his money, we have to collect all of Mario's money before any of his extended family can take any of it. And luckily, I was able to grab all of Mario's money before any of his extended family was able to steal any, allowing us to get a star. Besides having to play Rolling Masterpiece Galaxy, which was a challenge in itself, we were able to kill every single thing here because, well, we were able to kill them. Moving on. Then we return to Snowdin because we need to finish killing off all the ice caps, gift drops, and just the rest of the Snowdin enemies. Then we go do the ball game, and after kicking the ball into the hole, we get the red flag telling us that we're ball game. Anyways, after the ball game, we continue massacring every single resident in Snowdin, killing off all the ice caps and gift drops, and then we get the Papyrus. And unfortunately, we have to kill Papyrus. Rest in peace, buddy. But other than that, after pretending to feel sad for Papyrus, we're gonna move on to another stage to kill everyone. aka, we're gonna go to Waterfall. And funny thing is, we actually do unlock the Prankster Comet in Hytale Falls. So, that's a pretty funny, ironic timing. But, we're gonna do Flip Swap Galaxy first. So I got the purple coins while killing everything. And then, we go to Bowser Jr.'s Fearsome Flotilla, where we kill the Fizzlets, and then, with the help of Yoshi, and more bombs that were dropped on Laos during the Vietnam War, we were able to kill all the enemies in this stage. And then, Mega Hammer goes down pretty easily. And this is the first boss stage where we don't have to spare anything. So, that's pretty good. But now, let's move on to World 4. Now, in World 4, I can't do Supermassive Galaxy because, well, the massive piranha plants and thwomps. So, yeah, I'm gonna need to give diabetes to another Luma so that I can progress into Sweet Mystery Galaxy. Which is exactly what I do. And in Sweet Mystery Galaxy, with the help of Yoshi, I was finally able to kill those Choppas, and I was able to kill the rest of the enemies in this stage, including the Sneeches. But other than that, this stage was possible. Flipsville Galaxy was easy and possible. It was just a wee bit annoying because those pup dozers and me having to go underneath them to kill them. But other than that, killing their queen was also pretty easy, allowing us to move on. And a little cool thing about this galaxy is because I didn't do Supermassive, after I bet Flipsville, the world map unlocked in a pretty cool way, because I also had to go to Supermassive and Honey Hop, which was pretty cool. But going into Honey Hop isn't as cool as the way the world map unlocked, because there's Choppas in that stage and I can't kill them because I don't have Yoshi or a star or a fire flower or anything else that will kill them. I don't even think there's a single fire flower in a stage with them. I'm just assuming that it'll kill them. But, you know, besides my rambling, we can't do this stage because I can't kill Choppas. After being more disappointed than when I found out that an alcoholic helpline doesn't actually help me make cocktails, I go to do one of the most calming missions in any Mario game. Sweet Mystery, Purple Coins. Just look at this. Neat, ain't it? Going into Chompworks Galaxy, I needed to use of 2-player mode, and this time Dolphin was actually pretty cool for me trying to connect the second Wii remote, and it just did it basically automatically. So thanks Dolphin for making this way easier on me this time. But anyways, I had the chain pumps and chain chomps kill themselves, and with the help of the second player, and the last part was also pretty easy, just killing the Astro Goombas and delivering the gold chomp to the hole so I can get a star. After playing this level like a normal person, and what I mean by that is I don't grab the spring mushroom, and I bet the stage without it because only like 10 people most likely regularly do this stage with the spring mushroom. I then go to the Prankster Comet in Hytale Falls, which was probably easier than the normal one because there was less enemies for me to kill here. I mean, yeah, there were meteorites that were falling from the sky, but those were easy to dodge. After dusting all the crabbers, Luigi partakes in a human trafficking organization and then kidnaps a Goomba and brings him to a Gearmo. But for our work for the dark web, we do get paid in a star, which we happily take. Then we go to Star Station Galaxy, but ooh, yeah, this Prankster Comets is it's a wee bit hard to do a genocide run in, so yeah, we're just gonna ignore it for now and maybe come back to this star later because yeah, I don't have the patience for this now. But I do have patience to beat up Gobblegut again, so that's exactly what I do. Mario's extended family chases us to the Chomp Works, and though they were close in successfully mugging us, we were able to get the star before any of them were able to take any of our money. Beach Bowl has Green Gills, Spiny Hermits, and Clampy. So yeah, we're not gonna do it because I can't kill any of them. Rolling Masterpiece Galaxy Prankster Comet was pretty hard because there was a large amount of Goombas that need to go off track on the paint planet. The Bob-omb part was pretty easy because mostly they just blew themselves up, so I didn't have to do anything for that. But killing all the Goombas and also killing the Silver Chomp at the end was a bit annoying because I would usually only have like 30 seconds to do it, if lucky. But yeah, I was eventually able to kill the Silver Chomp, and with only a few seconds left, I was able to get the star. Bowser's Gravity Gauntlet has 3 dry bones, so we're gonna add that to the counter. And then, the rest of the enemies are pretty easy to kill, like the Thwomp and Cheep Cheeps. Then, we get onto the Bowser fight, where I start struggling for a little bit, which was unfortunate because I didn't want to lose the fight. But then, I remembered an important message from my time of playing Hoi 4. The Lion does not concern himself with the opinions of a monarchist Germany player. So, after taking in that valuable message, I was able to beat up Bowser and get the star. And we're able to progress to World 5. Now, in World 5, starting off with Space Storm Galaxy. These are not amps because I see no faces on them, and therefore, they're not alive. So I don't have to kill them because they're not animate. But other than that, most of this stage was filled with infinitely respawning enemies like Mini Topmin, Bob-ombs, and basically this entire stage was just infinitely respawning enemies. But I did kill every Top Man because I mean, they were just there and not the ones that infinitely respawn, but I don't know. I didn't really have to kill anything in the stage because everything infinitely respawns, but other than that, it was possible. Shiverburn Galaxy takes a while because of the middle part, and it had like 900 goddamn Octogoombas, which took forever to kill them all and to make sure that they're dead, but it was possible, just took a while to kill them. Prince Picante was also easily killable, along with his octopuses, and yeah, this was possible, is what I'm trying to say. Slipstand Galaxy is up next, where I continuously just do what I've been doing for this entire challenge. I killed all the Pokeheads and Cluck Booms, and you could say that I don't kill the ROMs, but seeing how the only other way for them to go is off the map, I'm just gonna say that they fall to their death and fall into the vacuum of space, because there's literally no other possibility for them. But yeah, Squizzard was also pretty easy to kill. Despite him using terrorist tactics, I was able to eventually commit arson and burn him to death. Unfortunately, going back into Slipslide Galaxy, there's a bunch of dry bones, which, you know the drill, I can't kill them. And also, there would have been a Silver Chomp at the end, so, yeah. We're just not gonna do it. But what we will do is the Shiverburn Genocide Prankster Comet, which, you know, we have to kill everything in. I'm holding a thumbs up. To progress, we need 57 stars. Well, 55, but I need to get +2, remember? But, yeah, because we're rapidly running out of stars to do where I can defeat everything in, I just go do the Chimps Challenge in Shiverburn. Now, I am counting the Gummits as infinitely respawning enemies because, they infinitely respawn. But yeah, I do the star and it is possible. Shocker. I go make tea again, which causes my controller to disconnect, which causes me to have to reload Dolphin. But other than that, we go do Upside Dizzy Galaxy, where it was possible to kill all the enemies in. All the Goombas, the Slurples, the Swabhoppers, all of them were able to be killed. Now, I'm not gonna do the secret star in this stage, because I never leave that planet, which means that on the other side of the pipe, because I don't know if we do leave that planet, would mean that I have to spare a bunch of things, so I'm not gonna do the secret star for this stage. Bowser's Lava Layer has the same problems as normal Bowser's Lava Layer has when not in Prankster Comet, and that there is too many enemies that we need to spare. Which means that because we're sort of out of options, we're gonna have to go do Star Station Galaxy. Which oh boy, is this a hard star. Now, you may be wondering, why is Star Station Galaxy Prankster Comet so hard? It's only a few Goombas and Octogoombas. Yeah, but we only have like 20 seconds at the start, and we're only given an extra 20. So, yeah. It's not only hard because we actually have to hit them, we have to land on the Goombas, and we have to make sure that we continue our momentum so we have enough time to get to the start, because that takes like 5 seconds to launch to the other side. But we also have to make sure that the Goombas don't end up running away from us, because these Goombas are so blind that if they were pilots, they'd be driving in circles in golf carts in the middle of the field. And so when they go chase Mario to try to attack him, they end up just running away from him, or some not even running in the same direction where he was. So it generally feels like I'm trying to hit a bunch of blind cats that are just jumping around in a bouncy castle because they would just avoid. But the starting part was the hardest part, because you would have to do it very fast. You generally want to have about 18 seconds on the timer before going through the launch star, so you have enough time to kill the Octo Goombas on the other side. But the second hardest part was Pee-wee Piranha. Now, Pee-wee Piranha is usually an easy boss, but when under a strict time limit, because you have to kill everything and you kind of have like 2 minutes at the end, it ends up you only have like 20 seconds most times, or at most you only have like 50 seconds. But see how Pee-wee is an asshole and just decides to dodge Mario because surprisingly he doesn't want to die. We have to somehow hit his back, but he is also just trying to run around you and trying to dodge you, it feels like. So it just leads to a very hard star, but I was eventually able to do this. Which only took me about an hour to do. So, yeah, pretty annoying, but, on the echelon of hardest stages, yeah, it's, still half as long as 5-2 in NSMB Genocide. But other than, another shameless plug, we're just gonna move on to another star, because, this was annoying. Because now it was at the state of the challenge where there was another stage where I could defeat every enemy in, I went to just go see a few levels to see which levels had the least amount of spares I had to do. Which I knock off Supermassive and Honey Bloom because they both had a lot. So, I go to Beach Ball because they only had a few enemies, they only had like 5 enemies that I need to spare. But then, mid doing it, I kinda came to remember something about Fluffy Bluff. But the amount of bombs in that stage isn't that much. So, I go see just how many bombs are indeed in Fluffy Bluff, which in doing that would unlock the Chimp Star in that stage as well. So, I then exit out of Beach Bowl and go to Fluffy Bluff, which it turns out it only has 2 bombs. So, yeah, we only need to add 2 spares to the counter instead of 5. I am rather happy that I remembered this little factoid about Fluffy Bluff. But other than that, I do die because I'm an idiot. But other than me dying like an idiot for like the 5th time in this challenge, we do beat Fluffy Bluff. And just like I thought, I unlocked the Chimps challenge, and I go happily do it because this challenge is about killing everything. Oh yeah, and also getting points, but defeating every enemy is more what I'm after here, and I even managed to kill every single enemy first time here. So yeah, that was cool. First try, everything's dead. And then I have the same epiphany about Honey Hop, where, editor's note, because I'm going to be referencing Beach Bowl a few times to explain why I'm doing other stars and not Beach Bowl, I forget to mention that there's also 8 urchins on the bottom of the water. So every time I say 5 or 10, yeah, it's just add 8 or 16. So it'd be 13 or 26. But yeah, editor's note over, and welcome back to your regularly scheduled MP Huzzar. I do go back into it, and I do have to spare 3 Choppas, but that is still 2 less than Beach Bowl, which I happily accept that number. But I do also kill the rest of the enemies in Honey Hop. It just so happens that the Choppas are pretty lucky that I can kill them. But other than that, it was possible. Then beating Honey Hop unlocks a Prankster Comet in Bowser Jr.'s Fearsome Fleet, which is still Bowser Jr.'s Fearsome Fleet, so that means I easily kill Mega Hammer because he can basically do the entire fight standing still. Then I go to Cosmic Cove Star 2, because I only need to spare 4 enemies, 3 Gringreels, and then 1 Praying Mantis. Now, you could say that the Mikey Mines, you know, I don't kill, but see how shooting them makes them explode and they respawn? I'm just gonna count Mikey Mines as infinitely respawning enemies. And, so yeah, only 4 enemies need to be spared here, because I'm counting them as infinitely respawning. And then the Mecha Koopas and the Fizzlets at the end, well, I mean, I don't really have to kill them because the water would have killed them, but I decided to kill them myself because I don't need water to help me. I can do it myself. I can be a horrible person. I don't need the help of anyone else. I then go to Spin Dig Galaxy because I only have to spare 5 things. Now you may be asking, but I didn't do Beach Bowl because that had 5 spares. But what's different about Spin Dig? Well, the difference is, because Spin Dig only has this 1 mission with Amps, and Beach Bowl would have the 2 missions with the Gringeals and the Hermits and the Clamps, that means that I will get 10 from doing the 2 stars. Whilst here, I only need to spare 5 things, and then I would also unlock the Prankster Comet here, which has 0 amount of spares that I need to do. So in reality, Spin Dig has half the amount of spares for the 2 stars that I will need to do, as I will need to do in Beach Bowl. So that's why I did Spin Dig Galaxy instead of Beach Bowl. But anyways, killing all the Diggers at the end part was also evidently pretty easy, meaning that this star was possible. And honestly, the end bit without any of the Diggers was pretty creepy in my opinion, because you usually never kill them all, because there's too many and it's a waste of time. But at this time, and it was a wee bit creepy, not gonna lie. But yeah, it was possible. I go to Flip Flop Galaxy so I can force the Prankster Comet to spawn somewhere, and it does. Spawning in Spin Dig Galaxy, I go beat up Megaleg, getting me another star. But now, with 57 stars, I have enough stars to go to Bowser Jr.'s Doomsday Machine. I bomb the Fizzlet, then I spin to kill the rest of the Fizzlets, I kill the Hammer Bros, and then to Bowser Jr., which, as always, is a pretty fun fight, but other than that, I kill Bowser Jr., and this means that I'm able to progress to the next world, aka World 6. Now, in Melty Monster Galaxy, where, that is, sure, a lot of Magnas. That is, sure a lot. And, look, I know I could have done the secret star in this stage to progress, but, yeah, I don't have the skill to knock over all the pins, and, frankly, I didn't want to, because I would have taken too long, and, I would have been mad and raged a lot, so, just pretend I killed all the pinheads, but, in doing this star normally, yeah, there's a lot of Magnas I had to spare, but, the rest of the enemies, like the Octo Goombas, were easy to kill, but, yeah, see how I did it like this? I mean, are these guys, like, infinitely respawning, technically? Do we, like, really need to count them? If we do, it's like, I don't even want to know how much, because the end part's, like, too many. So, yeah, I'm just gonna put on, like, brackets, like, 30 or something, because I don't know how much there is. And, yeah, I frankly don't want to try to count how much there is, so I'm just gonna put in brackets 30 next to the current number and move on. But other than that, on to the second star of Melty Monster. There's only 3 Octo Goombas, and they pretty easily die, so we just move on. Despite me thinking Clockwork Ruins had a bunch of unkillable enemies, it actually had none. It was just Pumpkin Goombas and Octo Goombas. So, yeah, this level was possible and pretty easy. And also, it was Clockwork Ruins, so that means that was pretty fun anyways. Now, in Flashback Galaxy, we have to kill a bunch of Goombas and Flapjacks. Now, on the second part of the galaxy, we do see 8 Octoboos, but doing this stage does unlock 1, the Prankster Comet, and 2, it unlocks Slimy Spring Galaxy, which means that we still are under the beach bowl of the 8 for 2 stars instead of the 10 for 2 stars. So, yeah, I'm more than happy to do this trade. And, well, yeah, this star is possible, we just have to spare 8 Octoboos. Slimy Spring Galaxy is rather annoying because there is so much damn Snoodles here. Why is there so many? And also the Pufferfish? And the Gringills are here too? Why? But this is also the stage where we have to enforce that rule that was made specifically for this stage, where in the first part, the Pufferfish disappear. I don't know what happens, but they just despawn. So, yeah, congratulations, Pufferfish of Slimy Spring of Galaxy of the first planet. You have a rule specifically made for yourself because you despawn. So, yeah. Other than that, the boos in the second part were more fine. I just need to stand still and beam them with flight. But other than that, I do die at the end because I run out of breath. But after doing it again, I decided to play more like bowling, and I got a few strikes hitting the ball because surprisingly the shell slides when you just throw it at the floor in Slimy Spring, which I thought was pretty fun because you can basically just play it as bowling. But other than that, I then just chill out at the end on the beautiful backdrop of this galaxy because damn, that's beautiful. This is probably the most calming moment in any Mario game, just sitting back here and just looking at the sunset in Slimy Spring. It's honestly probably the most calming moment in gaming. But yeah, we get the star from Captain Toad and move on. I then go do Flashback Galaxy's Prankster Comet where I have to defeat all the enemies, and then back in Clockwork Ruins, I do the secret star in this stage where, yeah, I definitely play through the secret part of this stage, and I definitely don't just triple jump to the star. I definitely play through that planet as intended, and I definitely don't triple jump. Definitely. And then, I have to beat the level again because I forgot to get the Prankster Comet, so, yeah, I do that because, I kind of want the Prankster Comet to spawn here. So yeah, I grab the Prankster Comet and move on. Then I go take on Chimp's Challenge in Honey Hop, where it only takes me 2 tries to beat the stage to kill all the enemies. And doing that, I also get the Prankster Comet in Clockwork Ruins, which is obviously possible because Clockwork Ruins is possible on its own. Then I reluctantly go into Throwback Galaxy because I needed to have Battle Lock for later. Because the stars in that galaxy are mostly, well, all of them are about defeating all the enemies. But I was surprised going into Throwback Galaxy that there's only 3 unkillable enemies, 2 Thwomps and 1 Bomb. So that was a surprise, but a welcome one to be sure. And so I do the first and second star of Throwback Galaxy, which were both pretty easy and caused me to add 6 to the spare counter, but again, still better than 10. But and plus we actually get 3 more stars, so that's even better. But yeah, we progress on. Then in Battle Rock, because this stage is basically the whole point of this challenge, it was obviously possible. And at the end, when I was trying to do the glitch where you get the star from above the cage after I killed all the silver chomps, on my last attempt of trying to do the glitch, I actually got the glitch to work and I got the star from above the cage without even needing to get the key, which was honestly pretty hype, in my opinion. Last attempt and I got it. But yeah, it was possible. And same thing with the secret star with Fiery Gobblegut. When I went to go do the Prankster Comet in Bowser Jr.'s Doomsday Machine, you know, I was progressing to the stage like usual, until I got to the Dry Bones, which for some reason was just randomly a Dry Bones. Like, buddy, I usually love to see you, but not in a genocide challenge where I can't kill you. So, I back out to the stage because, I obviously can't defeat Dry Bones. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to go do another star. And that other star is Flipswap Galaxy, so I can force a spawn onto the Prankster Comet in Battle Rock Galaxy, which does happen. And doing it, I only died a few times, but other than that, I got to the end and I tried to do the same thing with Luigi, but was unsuccessful. And seeing how this was going to be my 72nd star, meaning that I was at the end of the challenge, I didn't want to spend the extra time, so I just grabbed the key and did the star normally. But having 72 stars now means that we're able to go and fight Bowser. Now, in Bowser's Galaxy Generator, we beat up the Hammer Bros. Then we do the long jump method on the tubular part because generally has anyone actually ever done it with the drill? Like, I don't even know the path of the drill power up. I've just done the long jump for as long as I can remember. Like, does anyone actually know the path of the drill? Because I feel like I've never seen anyone actually do with the drill. But other than me not knowing the drill path, in the next part we have to spare 2 Dry Bones, unfortunately. But yeah, we go through that part. The Bullet Bills don't count because they infinitely respawn. The next part with the Magic Koopa and the Hammer and Boomerang Bros was also possible because, yeah, we can kill those enemies rather easily. And now to the last part, yeah, we have to spare 2, Magnos. Although we don't spawn in one of them, so, well, I mean, he's still there, so he's still being counted. I just thought it was kind of funny. But now, on to Bowser. Is the Mario Galaxy 2 final Bowser? What do you think? This is like one of those boring Bowser fights in Mario history. Like what, the core attacks are easier because the laser bolts go in an easier to dodge pattern. And then the last part, do I even need to mention it? You don't even need a functioning frontal cortex to beat it. You kind of just ground pound and you win. You don't even need to like try to angle it. You just yeah, it's the Mario Galaxy 2 final Bowser fight. It's very easy. What do you expect? But yeah, other than that, we beat up Bowser, and we also assault Peach for, you know, for no reason other than I kind of just wanted to shoot Starbits at Peach. So after assaulting Peach, we get the Grand Star, and this marks the end of the challenge. But now, at the end of the challenge, and as we can see, to beat Super Mario Galaxy 2, you need to spare 55 enemies. Or 85 if we're counting the Magnos in Melty Monster Galaxy. And I should also say that the credits mark the end of me making tea, as at the start of the credits, I went to go dispose of the tea bags that I used to make tea, like I said a few minutes ago. So that's why I'm standing still in the credits besides the end, but other than that, it's the end of the video. If you like what you saw, like and subscribe, and if not, tell me why in the comments, and I'll see y'all later.